Good morning, students. This is Arvind, Assistant Professor, Department of Triple E. So, in the previous classes, I discussed about introduction to the facts, that is flexible AC transmission systems, and then I taught you about need for transmission and interconnections, and then I taught you about need for fax devices, and then I taught you about some power flow in AC lines, like power flow in parallel paths and power flow in measured systems. And then I taught you about loading capabilities of why we limit the loading capability. Next, I discussed about power flow and dynamic system consideration, dynamic stability considerations of a system. And next, I discussed about relative controllable parameters of the system. And next, I discussed about basic types of facts controllers. So up to now, I discussed these topics, and now I am going to discuss another topic in the first chapter, that is concepts of flexible AC transmission systems. Under this unit, I am going to discuss some basic description and definitions of facts controllers in today's class. Okay, so in today's class, I am going to discuss brief description and definitions of facts controllers. Okay, so actually the facts controllers can be classified as four types. You already know that. Those are shunt connected controllers, series connected controllers, combined series to series connected controllers, and next one is combined shunt to series connected controllers. Okay. So these four you all know. You are already know that. And next, so depending on the power electronic devices used in the control. Okay, depending on the power electronic devices used in the control. So actually, the power electronic device controller devices used in the system are thyristor controlled devices or GTOs, like that IGBTs, IGCTs. These are all power electronic devices. Here, depending on the power electronic devices used in the control, the facts controllers can be classified as two types. One is variable impedance type, and another one is voltage source converter based. Voltage source converter or VSC. In shortcut, we call it as voltage source converter. Okay. So here in this one, firstly we will go to the variable impedance type controller. Variable impedance type controller. So it includes different types of controllers. Those are static wire compensator. So actually it is comes under shunt connected controllers. Static wire compensator. In shortly we will call it as SVC, static wire compensator. So this is one of the type of shunt connected controllers. And next one is thyristor controlled series capacitor. Thyristor controlled series capacitor or compensator. We will call it as this one as TCSC. So it is comes under series connected controllers. Okay, next one is thyristor controlled phase shift transformer. That is with, in shortly we will call it as TCPST. TCPST, that is a thyristor controlled phase shift transformer. Okay, this is combined shunt and series controller. This is combined shunt and series controllers. These are the types of variable impedance type controller. And next, actually the VSC based facts controller. So already I discussed about one of the variable impedance type and voltage source converter. So under variable impedance type, I discussed about static wire compensator, that is comes under shunt connected, thyristor controlled series capacitor compensator, that is comes under series connected, and next one is TCPH, that is thyristor control phase shift transformer. This is comes under combined shunt and series type. Okay, next I will discuss about the VSC based facts controllers. The VSC based facts controllers, those are static synchronous compensator. Static synchronous compensator. That is shortly we will call it as STATCOM. Okay, STATCOM. Static synchronous compensator, STATCOM. This is comes under shunt connected controllers. And next one is static synchronous series compensator. In shortly we will call it as triple SC. Triple SC, that is static synchronous series compensator. So this is comes under series connected controllers. And next one is interline power flow controller. Shortly we will call it as IPFC. This is comes under combined series to series controller. And next one is unified power flow controller, that is UPFC. Unified power flow controller, UPFC, that is called as combined shunt to series controllers. Combined shunt to series controllers. These are the various VSC based FACS controllers. Okay. So here we have some of the special purpose FACS controllers also. These are already we discussed some of the concepts previously. Those are basic types of FACS controllers. In that concept, we will discuss about series connected controllers, shunt connected controllers, combined shunt to series controller, and combined series to series controllers. Okay, and then I discussed about here in this section I discussed about voltage source converter and variable impedance type. So actually I am not going to discuss it in detail because we have these concepts in the future concept in the coming concepts in the coming chapters. Okay, in the second chapter we will discuss about voltage source converter and current source converter, and next we will discuss about variable impedance type, and then we discussed about StatComs, triple SCs. These all are we are going to discuss in the further topics or further units. Okay, so that's why I am going to discuss some of the special facts controllers. Some of the facts controllers. So here we have some of the special purpose facts controllers are. First one is thyristor controlled braking resistor. Thyristor controlled braking resistor, that is shortly we will call it as TCBR. TCBR, that is thyristor controlled braking resistor. And next one, thyristor controlled voltage limiter. In shortly we will call it as TCVL. TCVL, that is thyristor controlled voltage limiter. And next one is thyristor controlled voltage regulator, that is TCVR. And next one is interface power controller, that is IPC. These are the some of the special purpose facts controllers we are going to use in the facts controllers. Okay, so this is the brief discussion of brief description and definitions of facts controllers. So actually why we are going to this topics means, so the purpose of this section is to briefly describe and define various shunt, series and combined controllers. Okay, so here in this session we are going to discuss briefly describe and define briefly describe and define various shunt, series and combined controllers. Okay, and then I am leaving the detailed description of these controllers to their own specific chapters. Okay, that means I am going to discuss these briefly in second, third, fourth, and fifth chapters. Okay, so here in the sessions I will discuss in detail about these topics like triple SC, StatCom, voltage source converter, current source converter. These are things I will discuss about in the further chapters. Okay, next. Coming to FACS controllers, so here the FACS controllers based on VSC have several advantages over the variable impedance type. Variable impedance type. So the FACS controllers based on VSC, that is VSC is nothing but voltage source converter. It is have several advantages over the variable impedance type. So actually we have two types. Depending upon the power electronic based controllers, we have two types of controllers. First one is variable impedance type. Second one is voltage source converter. So in those, the FACS controllers based on voltage source converter have several advantages over the variable impedance type. So actually, for example, we are taking the StatCom. We are taking the StatCom. So what is meant by StatCom? The full form of StatCom is static synchronous compensator. Static synchronous compensator. So here I am taking the example of StatCom. So for example, StatCom is much more compact than a SVC. So SVC means what? Static wear compensator. SVC is nothing but static wear compensator. So here I am taking the comparison of StatCom and SVC. So here I am taking for example StatCom. So it is much more compact than a SVC, that is the static wear compensator, for similar rating and is technically superior. Okay, for similar rating and is technically superior compared to SVC, StatCom is superior. Okay, and next, so it can supply required reactive current. So it can supply, that is it means StatCom. Okay, it means StatCom. So it can supply required reactive current even at low values of the bus voltage. Okay, it can supply required reactive current even at low values of the bus voltage and can be designed to have built short-term overload capability also. So actually the STATCOM can supply required reactive current even at low values of the bus voltage and can be designed to have in built short-term overload capability. So the STATCOM is used to design short-term overload capability. Okay. And next one, also a STATCOM can supply active power. So also a STATCOM can supply active power if it has an energy source. If it has an energy source or large energy storage. Okay. So also a STATCOM can supply active power when if it has an energy source or large energy storage at its DC terminal. At its DC terminal. Next, so the only drawback with VSC based controllers is the requirement of using self-commutating power semiconductor devices. So the only drawback with VSC based controllers is the requirement of using self-commutating power semiconductor devices. So in the second chapter I am going to discuss this VSC based controllers. In that one I am going to discuss self-commutating power semiconductor devices such as GTO, IGBT and IGCT. These are all I am going to discuss in the second chapter. So here I am going to discuss some briefly I am going to discuss these VSC based controllers, that is GTY, IGBT and IGCT, and next self-computing power semiconductor devices. So next, as the thyristor do not have self-computing capability. So suppose if the thyristor do not have self-computing capability, so it cannot be used. It cannot be used although they are available in higher voltage ratings. So note this point. So as the thyristor do not have self-commutating capability, so then it cannot be used. So even though it is having the self-commutating capability, but it cannot be used although they are available in higher voltage ratings. So if it is available in higher voltage ratings, if it does not have self-commutating capability, we are not using the thyristor. Okay, note this point. Next. Next, here the definitions, different definitions of FACTS controllers. So why we are going to these definitions means, so here we have different types of controllers. So I already said that series controllers, series connected controllers, shunt connected controllers, and combined series to series controllers and combined shunt to series controllers. So here in this one I am going to discuss firstly the shunt connected controllers. So before going to that, I am discuss the flexibility of electric power transmission. Flexibility of electric power transmission. So here the ability to accommodate changes in the electric transmission system. Okay, the ability to accommodate changes in the electric transmission system or operating conditions while maintaining sufficient steady and transient stability margin. Okay, so the ability to accommodate changes in the electric transmission system or operating conditions while maintaining sufficient steady and transient stability margins, we are going flexibility of electric power transmission. Okay, next, firstly I am going to discuss shunt connected controllers. So under this concept I am going to discuss static synchronous compensator, that is nothing but STATCOM. Okay, STATCOM. So here the STATCOM. So here the STATCOM is a static synchronous generator. Okay, the static synchronous generator or static synchronous compensator. Okay, a static synchronous generator operated as a shunt connected static wire compensator. Okay, here a static synchronous generator operated as a shunt connected static wire compensator. So here whose capacitive and inductive output current, whose capacitive and inductive output current can be controlled independent of the AC system voltage, can be controlled independent of the AC system voltage. Okay, so here a static synchronous generator operated as a shunt connected controller, so whose capacitive and inductive output current can be controlled independent of the AC system voltage. Okay, whose capacitive and inductive output current can be controlled independent of the AC system voltage. Okay, next, so here we have the diagrams. Okay, so first one, here we have one line, here we have one line, and this is the indication of the transformer. Okay, so these two rounded shapes. Okay, so this is transformer and this is the controller. Okay, what we have used, that is the controller. So here I am using shunt connected controller. Okay, here I am using shunt connected controller. Here the thyristor, that means the thyristor and diode is shunt connected. So if you observe this diagram, so here the thyristor and diode both are shunt connected or parallelly connected. Okay, next we have one capacitor. Next we have one capacitor. Okay, so that's why this is a static synchronous compensator, STATCOM, based on voltage source and current source converters. Okay, this is the diagram for STATCOM based on voltage source and current source converters. Okay, first diagram, these two. Okay, these two, voltage source converter based on voltage source converter and based on current source converter, these two diagrams. Okay, so here you have the series connection. Okay, here we have the series connection. Next, so if you observe the diagram, so here the converter based controllers, there are two principal types of controllers with gate turn off devices. Okay, so carefully observe. So here the converter based controllers, there are two principal types of converters with gate turn off devices. Okay, these are the so called voltage source converters and current source converters. Okay, voltage source converters and current source converters. So if you see this diagram as shown in the left hand side. So if you see this diagram from the left hand side, we have one diagram. Okay, so the voltage source converter is represented in symbolic form by a box. Okay, in the left hand side we have the voltage source converter is represented in symbolic form by a box, by a box with a gate turn off device paralleled by a reverse diode. Here we have gate turn off device, that is thyristor. It is paralleled by a reverse diode. Okay, and a DC capacitor. Here I am using the DC capacitor. So plus and minus. So here I am using the DC capacitor as its voltage source. Okay, as its voltage source. Okay, and next right hand side. So this one. Here we have the right hand side, that is the current source converter is represented by a box. The current source converter is represented by a box with a gate turn off device. That is the thyristor with a diode. Is in series. So with a diode, it is in series, and a DC reactor. Here I am using, in the voltage source converter I am using the capacitor. So in the current source converter I am using the reactor as its current source. Here the capacitor is used as a voltage source. Here I am using the reactor as a current source. So this is the explanation for this diagram. Okay, so the diagram is contained STATCOM based on voltage source and current source converters. Okay, next. Here the voltage source, firstly I will discuss voltage source converter. So here for the voltage source converter, why we are going to voltage source converter apart from current source converters? So STATCOM can be based on voltage source or current source converters. Okay, STATCOM can be based on a voltage source or current source converter, but the voltage source converters are preferred. Why? Because of the economic basis. We are going to take the voltage source converter apart from the current source converters. So here for the voltage source converters, its AC output voltage, is controlled such that it is just right for the required reactive current flow for any AC bus voltage. Okay, so for the voltage source converter, its AC output voltage is controlled such that it is just right for the required reactive current flow. For any AC bus voltage. Okay, and next, that is for the voltage source converter. Next, for the current source converter, current source converter, here the DC current. So actually in the voltage source converter we have the AC output voltage. Okay, here we have the DC current. Okay, the DC current is presented to the AC side. Okay, the DC current is presented to the AC side through the sequential switching of devices. Through the sequential switching of devices. Okay, here as AC current variable in amplitude and also in any phase relationship to the AC system voltage. Okay, so here I am taking the current source converter. Here the DC current is presented to the AC side through the sequential switching of devices like a thyristor and a diode. Here as AC current, here I am the switching of devices as AC current and a variable in amplitude and also in phase relationship to the AC system voltage. Next, here the STATCOM can be designed. Here the STATCOM can be designed to act as an active filter. To act as an active filter. Why? Because to observe system harmonics. Okay. Here the STATCOM can be designed to act as an active filter. Why? To observe the system harmonics. Because it observes system harmonics. Okay. Next. So this is the diagram for static synchronous generator. Static synchronous generator. Okay. So if you observe this diagram, we have one transmission line and we have one transformer and we have one controller. Okay, that is the shunt connected controller. So if you observe this, this is the shunt connected controller. Why? Because here the thyristor and a diode is connected in parallel connection. That's why I am called it as shunt connected controller. Next, I am taking one capacitor. This is for the voltage source. This is used as a voltage source. And here I am taking the one interface. And here I am taking one storage. Okay. So this is for the diagram for B, that is STATCOM with storage. Okay. This represents the STATCOM with storage. That is storage means here we are using battery energy storage system. Here I am using the storage device as battery energy storage system. Okay, BESS. Shortly we will call it as BESS. Battery energy storage system and superconducting magnet energy storage. Superconducting magnet energy storage and large DC capacitor. And large DC capacitor. Okay. So here so if we going to this concept, so here the static synchronous generator, shortly we will call it as SSG. Okay, static synchronous generator. So it is a self-commutated static switching power converter commutated. Okay, it is a static self-commutated switching power converter. Here we are using the SSG is a self-commutated static switching power converter commutated device with a static synchronous electric energy source. Okay, with a static synchronous electric energy source such as battery, superconducting magnet and large DC storage capacitor. Okay, here I am using the SSG, that is static synchronous generator. So it is a self-commutated static switching power converter commutated device with a static synchronous electric energy storage source, that is battery, superconducting magnet, large DC storage capacitor. So if you see this diagram, we have all these storage. In this storage we have that BESS, that is battery energy storage system, and next we have this superconducting magnet and then large DC storage capacitor. Okay, so here the SSG is operated to produce a set of adjustable multi-phase output voltages. Okay, here the SSG is operated to produce a set of adjustable multi-phase output voltages. So here after that, which may be coupled to an AC power system. So when we have the adjustable multi-phase output voltages after producing this, so which may be coupled to an AC power system. Why? Because for the purpose of exchanging independently controllable real and reactive power. So why we are coupled this produced adjustable multi-phase output voltages to an AC power source? Because for the purpose of exchanging independently controllable real and reactive power. Okay. Next. So here I am using the battery energy storage system for the storage device as a storage device. So if you see this one, so here the BESS. So here a chemical based energy storage system, a chemical based energy storage system using shunt connected. Okay, a chemical based energy storage system. If you see this diagram, this is a chemical based energy storage system. This one. So here I am using the battery energy storage system. So it is a chemical based energy storage system. Here I am using the shunt connected controller. So this one, thyristor and diode is in parallel connection. This one has shunt connected controller. So here voltage source converters capable of rapidly. Here I am using voltage source converter. Why? Because here I am using the capacitor. So if I am using the reactor means that is the current source converter. But here I am using the capacitor. So it is used as a voltage source. Okay. So that's why here the voltage source converter is capable of rapidly adjusting the amount of energy which is supplied to observed from an AC system. Why we are using the voltage source converter? Because so it is capable of rapidly adjusting the amount of energy. Okay, adjusting rapidly adjusting the amount of energy which is supplied to or observed from an AC system. Okay, from an AC system. Next. So when not supplying active power, okay, when not supplying active power to the system, the converter is used to charge the battery. So whenever we are not supplying the system is not supplying the active power, that means the converter is used to charge the battery. Okay, the converter is used to charge the battery. Okay. Next, superconducting magnetic energy storage. This is also one of the storage device we are using. So here a superconducting electromagnetic energy storage device containing electronic converters. Okay, electronic converters. Why we are using this electronic converters? Because that rapidly injects or observes real or reactive power or dynamically controls power flow in an AC system. That's why we are using superconducting magnetic energy storage system. Why? Because here we are using electronic converters, so it can rapidly inject or observe it is rapidly inject and or observe real and reactive power or dynamically controls power flow in an AC system. Okay. Suppose since the DC current in the magnet, okay, since the DC current in the magnet does not charge rapidly, okay. For example, if we take that the DC current in the magnet does not charge rapidly, then the power input or output of the magnet is charged by controlling the voltage across the magnet. Okay, the power input or output of the magnet is changed by controlling the voltage across the magnet with a suitable electronics interface for connection to a STATCOM. Okay, for a connection to a STATCOM. So this is the concept I am discussed in this class. Okay.